much more to say about it other than it's a fun family movie.
There's this alien from Toronto or something. He made an illegal experiment, 626, which makes me think he made at least 625 others. But anyway, the experiment gets a chance to defend itself. And it says something gross. Yeah, it's exiled to Earth. That's where we live. We'll go ahead and get rid of that planet. And the study of Earth comes in and goes, oh, no, wait. We're using that for mosquitoes. Can't kill it, endangered species there. So it's like, okay, fine. You're going to go down to Earth. You're going to get 626 and you're going to bring him back or something. 66 is in his spaceship. He's like pressing the snooze button this way and whacking it that way. And he crash lands onto Hawaii. Lilo, she's living with her older sister. And it kind of having a bit of a struggly times. Her older sister's not used to the like guardianship role, and Lilo is like not good at making friends, but really good at mischief, right? Stitch pretends he's a dog. They pretend to adopt the dog, and you've got the sister, I forget her name, she wants to go into marine biology, and then Lilo is like, how am I supposed to interact with people when my parents are gone and I'm a bit of a loser to begin with? And Stitch is like eating cake and stuff. You know, you've got the tiers, 3 different tiers there, and they're all trying to like not get in each other's way. All of the alien stuff is computer generated imagery, and all of the human stuff is live action, sort of like a tier system, right? Stitch, who's running amok, complete chaos, and then you've got Lilo, she's not good at making friends. She's good at making mischief, and she's like she can kind of tell when things are serious or when they take things too far, but she doesn't have that she's not able to sort of feel things out and predict them and circumvent things. And then you've got the sister who's like, she does have that pre-knowledge. She knows when things are too far. She knows when she can tell when things maybe about to go too far. And she has a broader vision of the world of like, oh, that's child services, and that's the CIA, that's my job. She's got like a pretty good idea of what the stakes are, but she can't quite juggle everything, right? She's behind on her bills. She's trying to be a mother to Lilo and a sister, and she also marine biology. I would like to do that, please. And so she's not, a fully functioning adult yet. And then you have the neighbors, fully functioning adults, and then you have the child services lady who's like, if you don't pay your bills, I'm gonna take away Lilo, put her somewhere else. And then you've got the CIA who's like, well, let's protect the humans from the aliens. And then you've got the aliens. You've got Stitch. I mentioned he's running around, shrinking his limbs and stuff, and just being all destructive. And then you've got the inventor science guy who's like, oh, I'm going to go tranquilize Stitch 626 and see if I can figure out something. And then you've got the research Earth alien who's a little more clumsy. And then you've got the grand capital lady who makes decisions based on the council's decision, blah blah blah. And so you've got this sort of a dichotomy. The alien space federation thing, and that gets reflected in the Earth CAA child services stuff. And then you've got a crazy, rapid Lilo is running amok everywhere, and then you've got her sister who's kind of better at controlling things and trying to do the right thing, and that's reflected in Stitch, who runs even more of a muck, and then Lilo is like trying to contain him and control the chaos a little bit, and it's sort of like, oh, there's reflection of everybody and everything, and they're ruining their childhood, or they're fixing things that aren't broken, and kind of a waste of time. You've got to be more careful about what you spend your money on so you can vote with the dollar. It was a fun time. It's not a necessary movie at all. However, if you've got squiddly whiffers running around, haven't consumed movies before, they're not gone on Disney Plus or whatever, it's a fun time. You can take into this and have a good time. It's not much more than that. There is a message that I haven't bothered to decode yet about authority or something. There's a more direct and obvious message that I didn't need to decode, which is Hawana means family, and family means no one is left behind or forgotten, except sometimes the kids are left behind when the parents go off and die, and the parents are forgotten. Eventually, I would hope. Like, you got to move on with your life, eh? Men in Black 1, the message isn't particularly subtle, but I do think it was subtle at the time. Lilo and Stitch 2003, I'm assuming has the same message. There was one message that's not subtle for 2025, right? And then another message that was so subtle that I missed it. But maybe I'm just seeing things that aren't there. Snow White gives us a good idea, because Snow White is a live-action Disney remake. I definitely think Lilo and Stitch is better than Snow White, and it's just sort of a feeling, which is probably the best indication that it was better. That I don't have to sit down and think about which one was better or worse or whatever. Cool. So we've got a range there. It's either better or worse than Final Destination Bloodlines. Definitely a different genre to Bloodlines, I will say that. Bloodlines connects the previous Final Destinations together. Lilo and Stitch is sort of on its own, right? Lilo and Stitch, at least one message. We'll give it that. Bloodlines also has one. Because Bloodlines was more subtle, I'm going to put Lilo and Stitch just underneath Bloodlines. Alright, take it easy. Agree? Okay.